Well, Dick, we're so excited to have you with us today. I want to dive right into your background. For many people who don't know much about your background, and I want them to hear the story of how you got into the game of basketball.
Well, you know, first of all, I was a sixth grade teacher. A lot of people don't realize that, but I taught for almost 10 years out in New Jersey, and I just love being with young people. And while I was teaching, I was also coaching on a scholastic level. Had a chance to fulfill a dream. I love coaching. I love being around people. I like motivating people, inspiring people. I had some great, great kids. And I started at a very young age. I was a sports fanatic growing up as a kid. And as my buddies used to always say, one of my buddies had a saying, a boy, a ball, a dream. And I had my ball, I had my dreams, and then I had my work ethic and my passion. And I tried to utilize it in a positive way to grow. And along the way, I coached some really good kids. We won several state championships back-to-back in New Jersey. Had some good kids that made me look pretty good. I couldn't mess them up. They were too good. But then that opened up doors for me to move from there to the college ranks and the NBA ranks. I think one of the things I'm really proud of in my career, one, I never played the game. Two, I didn't know a lot of people that could open up doors for me. So for me to get ahead, I had to do it the old-fashioned way. I'd sweat, bust your gut, and try to impress some people along the way. And I'm very proud. In a 7-year period, I went from 1970, teaching the 6th grade, and 7, 8 years later, coaching in the NBA. And to me, that was something I was so proud of because I knew how hard it was to try to get to that level.
Oh, it's just such a great example of desire. And so I want to talk about how you went from coaching, because it's a great story in your journey, to broadcasting. Tell folks how that actually came about.
Well, that really happened stroke of luck, because broadcasting was never part of my life. I probably right now, don't know anything about broadcasting, but I think it's one of my keys for success. When I look at the red light, I just don't get intimidated. There are a lot of people who have a lot of ability, coaches who want to get into the business. As soon as they see the red light, they're intimidated, and it's over. I see the red light. I think I'm talking to all my buddies and all my fans and all my friends, and I have a lot of fun. I try to have a love affair with that camera. But along the way, I violate probably all the rules in broadcasting. But I'll tell you what happened in my career. And to people out here who are networking, who are reaching out, chasing that dream, you never know when it can happen in your life. My scenario happened. I was coaching the University of Detroit. We're playing the #1 team in America, the University of Michigan, and we're playing them in Lexington, Kentucky in the Sweet 16. I had a very good team. We had 3 guys that went on and played in the NBA, and we were talented, but Michigan was the talk in our state. So the game became televised, and it was televised regionally by NBC. And I was in awe because the day before I go to practice, and I can't believe it, 2 of my real-life people I looked up to, Kurt Gowdy was there, great announcer. He was going to do the game for NBC Regional. And I love baseball, so I've listened to Kurt Gowdy for years. Well, also with him, to be the analyst, was John Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood. Now I'm really in awe. So we go over, we get pictures from Coach Wooden. I introduce some of my players, and then I give a little talk to my team. Well, little did I know, the guy that was producing the game, Scotty Connell, he told me later, he had written my name down, and he said, if I ever get a chance to hire this guy on TV, I want to give him the opportunity. Well, about 2 years later, November 8th, I remember the date, 1979, I get fired by the Detroit Pistons. I'm down. My career's exploded. I'm going in 7 years in the 6th grade to the NBA, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're done. Well, I get a phone call. He said, Dick, you're not going to remember me. My name is Scotty Connell. I produced your game against Michigan. And he said, I wrote your name down after hearing you speak and said, I'd like to give you a chance in television if I had an opportunity. Well, I'd just been named the head of all remote operations for ESPN, a new network. Our first game we're ever going to televise nationally, DePaul in Wisconsin. We'd like you to do it. I said, well, I'm not interested. And I said, I want to coach. I want to get back to college, use my spirit, my enthusiasm. Call me back a week or 2 later, and my wife finally said to me, you're not doing anything. Go there. Have some fun. So I went there. I did that game. And if you would have told me 3 decades later that I'd still be doing it, I thank God for Scotty Connell. But again, I think the message to everybody out there, Chase your dreams, give your best. You never ever know who might be around you that could change your life. It changed my life, because had I stayed in coaching, I would have never made it to 50 years of age. I couldn't handle losing. Losing used to tear my insides to shred. Television gave me much more of a stable life, allowed me to do things in a more positive way and not be so 24/7 going crazy, worrying about winning and losing.